Hey guys, welcome to Wrestling Days and welcome to another Mattel action figure video. We are going to have a look at superheroes and super villains. There's been quite a few occasions where WWE superstars have been inspired by some of those Marvel films, DC films, and that has actually shown in their ring attire. The reason we're doing this video now is because there's been a few figures come out recently that has been inspired by superheroes and supervillains. So with all of that being said, let's get straight to the list. Let's start off with this. This is a brand new Sasha Banks basic. I don't actually think it's out yet. Certainly not out here in the UK. This is Basic Series 96 and it is Wonder Woman inspired. So Sasha wore this during the first ever Women's Royal Rumble. I think she has wore it a couple of times since then. And yeah, really cool. Wonder Woman inspired. I'm pretty sure at WrestleMania this year, someone will dress as Captain Marvel. They've got to. They've got to. It would make perfect sense. So yeah, very, very cool. Next up, Rey Mysterio. We're going to be talking about Rey Mysterio quite a lot in this video. Rey Mysterio always changing his ring attire, always trying to find ways of getting pop culture references into that ring attire. We are starting with a very obvious one here. This is the Flash. This was his ring attire from WrestleMania 20. This was a Ringside Collectibles exclusive Elite figure. You're going all the way back to like 2010. So this is quite old now. It's rare as well. It's not the best Rey figure, but certainly it is one of the most striking. So yeah, very, very cool. Next up, Seth Rollins. Now, I've got to give a shout out to E-Man on our live streams for telling me about this, because I did not know this was Deadpool inspired, but it is. Like you can see right here, Seth actually sending a tweet out talking about the fact it was Deadpool inspired. So a lot of people think this is just a standard red attire, but it is inspired by Deadpool. He wore that SummerSlam 2017, and that is one of the SummerSlam Elites. Next, we've got another Rey Mysterio. This is Batman. So this is Battle Pack 23. This is what Rey wore at SummerSlam 2012. I think he had a match against The Miz. And very cool. Very obviously Batman as well. Apparently, the only reason Mattel could make that Flash figure and could make this Batman figure is because they currently have the rights to DC. So if WWE superstars want to go out wearing DC-inspired ring attire, Mattel could make the figures. Next up, this isn't based on anyone. It is WWE's own superhero, not John Cena, the Hurricane. Hurricane Helms. This is Basic Series 5. A lot of love for the Hurricane. He wrestled in WCW and WWE, like between 1999, 2010, I think it was. I believe he works backstage now. And this is very, very cool. I actually don't own this figure, but I would like to track it down. It is awesome. So, yeah, not based on anyone, as far as I know. Maybe a little bit of Green Lantern in there, not too sure. But, yeah, still a superhero. Next up, we've got another WWE superstar, Mr. America. It's not quite the same. Like, if you compare this to the pictures, it's not quite there, and I don't know why. Because as far as I know, Mr. America is not based on any actual superhero. It was Hulk Hogan in a mask. The joke was he got fired by Vince, and then the next week, he was still there, but working under a mask. And then they released this Create a Superstar set that had Hulk Hogan, it had a cape, and it had a mask. It wasn't quite Mr. America, but it's close enough. It's close enough to make it into this video anyway. Next up, Kurt Angle, Basic 89. I believe this is Captain America inspired, and of course that would make perfect sense. I believe this is his WrestleMania 20 ring attire as well. I think there might be a few slight differences, but it's there or thereabouts. And Captain America and Kurt Angle, I'd imagine they are BFFs. Rey Mysterio, it's that man again. Rey Mysterio, Elite 67. Apparently this is based on Phantom. So there we go. This is WCW Halloween Havoc, and it does make sense. Honestly, as soon as we've gone through the rest of these figures that have been made, we'll talk about some that could be made in the future, and Rey Mysterio features a lot. Right, next up, and I love this one. Kofi Kingston, Basic 15, Robin. Robin from Batman and Robin. Now, I understand you're looking at it going, that's not how Robin looks. But as we said, you know, they had to be very subtle with their references. So it's the colours that Robin wears, and you can see on Robin, it's got the little black circle where it's got the R. Kofi has got that on his trunks. This is Robin inspired. And Kofi has actually got other ring attires that have been inspired by other movies. So that'll be for a separate video. There's some really interesting stuff for us to talk about. Next up, Alexa Bliss. Of course, Elite 53. This is based on Harley Quinn. She wore this at No Mercy in 2016. And then the final one that we've got to look at, Finn Bálor, the Demon King. A lot of people saying that this character is based on Venom. And Finn has been known to embrace pop culture. So absolutely could be. Not saying that this is Venom, and he's certainly done Venom body paint online. I think he even wore some when he was on like the indie scene. But yeah, like a lot of posts saying that this one in particular was inspired by Venom. So could be, might not be, but I thought I would mention it anyway. Let's move on to some figures that could be made. We've got this one right here. Seth Rollins, Thanos, SummerSlam 2018. Will we see that made into a figure? We've got Rey Mysterio as Spider-Man. This is from WCW. Also featured in a video game. So they managed to get it into a video game. Why can't they get it made into a figure? We've also got Rey Mysterio as Silver Surfer. Look at that. I think this is like SummerSlam 2007. Jack's made figures. Jack's made figures. You can get Silver Surfer Rey Mysterio. Of course, the one that a lot of people are waiting for. And Mattel could make this because it is DC. Joker. Rey Mysterio as the Joker. WrestleMania 22. We've got Alexa Bliss. You can see this attire inspired by Iron Man. And then the final one I've got is Johnny Gargano. Johnny's had quite a few that have been inspired down in NXT. This one, I believe, is inspired by Captain America also, similar to the Kurt Angle that we spoke about earlier. So there we go, guys. There's even more examples, but I didn't want to talk about figures that hadn't been made. I wanted to talk about figures that had. So hopefully you found this interesting. There is a great video on the way all about ring attire. So if you're not subscribed, hit the subscribe. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like as well. I really do appreciate the support. And I think that's everything for now. Awesome, guys. Thanks a lot for watching. And I'll see you again next time. Bye for now.